celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Restore Christendom. I am Tommy,
And I'm Emily.
and you're not going to tell them the day and the time and all
Oh,
that?
and it's Sunday, August 31st at 7:17 p.m. Welcome.
Yes. Let me pop out this chat. You'll have to bear with me, people. I'm still just getting used to this
Back to OBS.
back to OBS, and then this new chat thing requires a lot more work on my part than it used to.
Yeah, there's a few extra clicks that have to happen.
I used to just have to open up the chats in the background, and it would auto. But either way, I think I got it going now.
I think we figured it out. Let's see.
Although I don't see the numbers up here like I'm supposed to see.
Did you hit the toggle for that when you opened it?
No, I don't need to. It should be auto saved for that.
Oh, it should be saved from the last. Oh, there it is right there.
Hey, there we go. Awesome.
Okay, cool. All right.
So things are working, I think.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Jen. It's got a little bit of a delay happening. That's odd.
What's going on?
Well, it just kind of like paused and buffered itself for like 5 seconds,
Well,
and then it's going, and now it's thinking, and now it's going. I don't know. It might just be my Rumble mobile app.
okay. I thought you said Jenny said something was doing
Yeah,
it.
Ginny said that it was blipping. And then also,
Uh-oh.
I don't think that we are on X.
Yeah, that one's always tricky with this.
Yeah, with the plugin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, we're not on X tonight.
that's all right. Womp womp. They'll have to go elsewhere to find it if they want it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Well, it says it's active. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, it does say that, but it's not actually active.
Yeah, okay. Weird.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, guys. This is a little trial and error. Just trying to get used to things. So yeah, today is Sunday. So we went to Mass today. Only one.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to the Latin Mass and not to Blessed Sacrament here in town.
Yes.
Normally do 8 a.m. at Blessed Sacrament and then hit a Latin Mass after that. But
We usually do 2 a days.
yeah.
Two a Sunday.
But, the last 2 Sundays I went to Blessed Sacrament and didn't go to anything after that. So
Yeah, that's true.
I felt like I was owed.
You were owed a...
I owed it to myself to not have to be frustrated for one weekend. Just go to Latin Mass and get the proper Catholic faith and, and skip the morning frustrations.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So,
no girl altar servers, no sign of the peace.
Yeah, everything was as it should be.
Yes.
Okay,
so he's still fidgeting. Do you still have stuff you're trying to set up still?
No, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right.
We'll have to see if anything shows up in the chat and see if I have it set up right.
Oh.
But yeah, I definitely don't have X up there because there's no icon.
Well, it didn't put the one I put in after you opened this window. So
Did you?
let's see. Yeah, I did. I did. Okay.
Oh, there it is. It showed up.
Oh,
All right.
all right. Sweet.
And then I should be able to
Click it. And
Hey, there we go. Perfect. All right, everything's working, people. On to the show.
Sweet.
It's going to be a short show today, guys. It's a holiday weekend. I have off tomorrow.
Yes.
So, normally I'd be like, oh, it's time to go because I got to get up for work tomorrow. But I don't have to get up for work tomorrow. And I want to have a fire on the deck and smoke my pipe and relax because it's beautiful weather out.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
Yeah, and just enjoy being outside tonight.
Okay.
So I don't want to be here on here too long.
No offense.
Oh, Dan must be here. I see somebody showed up on
YouTube.
On YouTube.
Hello, Dan. How are you doing, bud?
We're going to assume it's Dan.
We're assuming it's Dan. It might be JC.
I was going to say it could be JC.
Could be Xerox. No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows who's in
If
YouTube
only
land
there was a way for us to
know.
find out. If
Right.
only they could do something to say, "Hey, it's me."
Wow, mystery solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only.
No, if only.
Okay. So we will give you guys both the readings. For the first set of readings will be from the Novus Ordo.
Yeah, we'll give you the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time readings, and then the 12th Sunday after Pentecost readings.
Yes.
We didn't hear the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time readings this week, so I glanced at it real quick before the show. So it's I'm not sure what the message is. I am going to go
after reading these. After reading them, I am going to go listen to Father Archelaus's homily.
Okay.
See what he had to say about it.
Yeah, it was a Father Archelaus mass. I saw that from the YouTube post they put up for the mass.
Yeah. Well, that's the 9:30 one.
Yeah.
That's not the one that we would have gone to.
Right.
So chances are we wouldn't have had.
Yeah, we probably would have had Father out. They've been doing that lately. Whereas when Father Nick was here, it was usually like one of them would do all three masses on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then the other one would just pop out to help with communion.
Right.
But yeah, Father Adam and Father Archelaus seem to do it like, I'll do 8 a.m., you do 9:30, I'll do 11:30, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
one of them takes the 2, and then one in the middle, and then the other one takes the
I don't know how I prefer. I think I prefer it having one of them just do all 3 masses that day.
Do you think so?
Yeah, that way everybody gets a chance to hear the same homily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess.
Like, it shouldn't be one of those things where, like, if you go to this mass, you get the good homily, and if you go to this mass, maybe you don't get such a good homily.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The issue that other parishes have.
Yeah, where one priest mass is empty and the other priest mass is full.
I was just thinking of Dan's parish. MMO Dan. That his parish, he's got the good priest, and then they have the not so good priest, and one of them has more people than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So, and also, like I said, I know these people already played. I can't understand Father. I don't want to give them an excuse to be able to just not go to his masses. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot. So a lot of these people can learn from Father Archelaus, and just sitting there being patient with listening to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. They're not taking full advantage of what they could get out of this priest that we have for a short period of time.
Ginny says homily harmony.
Yeah,
correct.
And I was kind of sitting with it for a second, and one of the things that I enjoy about Catholicism is the one-pageness, the fact that we are all receiving the same message, and like we all get our marching orders on Sunday. All of us get the same marching orders into the world we go, and I think for like parish unity, you all have to get the same homily too.
Yeah,
you can't just get all the same readings.
You should all get the same mass that Sunday. You know.
Yeah.
It's not just the homily that's different when Father Archelaus is doing it. It's different.
Yeah, it is.
Every priest has his own
way of doing it.
Not even like, I mean, the rubrics are the rubrics, but they have their own personality, their own presence.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The way that they do it.
The flow of the mass.
Right.
The rubrics may be the same, but the flow of the mass is different from priest to priest.
Slightly, yeah.
I really like Father Bill's flow of his mass.
He's got a really good one.
Father Bill is excellent. He's got a great flow to his mass. It's and it's reverent, good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and we've seen other priests do the mass there at Sacred Heart. Lots of different priests do the mass there, and they're not bad. They all are done a certain way because Father Bill says you're going to do the mass here. We do it this way, but the flow of the mass is different from priest to priest, even though it's the similar mass.
Mm-hmm.
So
That is true.
Yeah. So yeah, I just see everybody should get the same mass on Sunday. So if this Sunday, Father Adam's going to do 8, 9:30, and 11:30, and next week Father Archelaus will do 8, 9:30. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
flip flop,
Alternate
or
weekends. Yeah.
you do the first two, I'll do the second. However they want to do it. You know what I mean? Where they do an equal amount, or if one of them wants to do more, he can do. But
Yeah.
at least, yeah.
I don't know. For what it's worth, I think Father Archelaus should be offering mass more. And I don't know if it's a personal preference of his, or if it's a Father Adam thing, or if it's a keep the parish happy thing. But I don't feel that a man who's been offering the mass for 30 something years
Yeah,
is
because
getting the opportunity to do it enough.
I don't know what happens on weekdays. Because I'm not there, but I know from the occasional Monday or Friday that I can get there, and then the Saturdays and even the Sundays, I can tell you right now, I've noticed Father Archelaus does fewer masses than Father Nick did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the noticing I have as well, and I go to weekday masses.
Right? Yeah.
You know, there's been more times that Father Archelaus is in the audience of mass than offered mass
Okay.
for
Yeah,
a weekday.
I buy that.
Like there's a decent amount of days where he's come in and he just sits there in the front row, and he's been there, doing his prayer while everybody's doing their rosary. Sometimes he participates, and then at other times he's just sitting there praying, and then he'll stay through mass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that happens. I'm like, I mean, if he's already up and if he's here.
Right. Yeah. Father Archelaus doesn't strike me as a kind of guy who's going to be still sleeping
Right, I
while
want
the 8 a.m. mass going.
exactly.
Father
Or
Nick
the I want the
possibly.
day off kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Father Nick would have still been in bed. I think they have to be up at 5:30 for Martins and Lauds.
Sure.
The liturgy of the
yes.
hours.
Yeah.
The morning liturgy of the hours.
Yeah, I think the first one's at 6 a.m.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But either way. Anyway, we've been babbling now for 12 minutes
That's fine.
about crap at Blessed Sacrament that doesn't affect any of you people and isn't relevant to any of you. But hey,
And we didn't even go there today.
no.
That's okay.
Ugh.
Oh, well, now it says that we're live on X. I just saw it pop up on the.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know. Whatever.
Let me see.
I guess it's going.
Where?
It's right there on the right-hand side in the window.
Oh, yeah.
See? Live on X.
Okay.
Sure, we're going to get some volume on that if you click it, but I got it turned down. If you want to see. Is it? Yep. Okay. That's us.
Hold on. Let's make sure we're going.
I mean, yeah, no, there it is. There's me telling you.
It's actually in real time.
Kind of. It's got like maybe an 8-second delay. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000.
I don't know.
15-second delay. Yeah.
It refuses to see my hand.
No, it's coming. Here we go. It's like a 30-second delay.
Either way, we're live.
Either way, we're
Okay,
live.
sweet.
We made it to X.
Awesome. So how do I close
Hello,
this out?
Elon's internet.
Close right there.
Yep,
Okay, awesome.
X.
All right. Well, then how come it's not showing up there?
I don't know.
Let me go back to this thing. I'm sorry, people.
Pop it out again and open a new one, maybe.
Whoa, what just happened? Okay, there we go. I'm sorry.
Well, while he clicks around and clacks around, I'll read the theme for the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. He who humbles himself shall be exalted. Only those who are really great can afford to be humble. Humility stands actually for truth. There is a story about an actor who wanted a famous photographer friend to shoot him and instinctively assumed the pose of a character in one of his movies. The photographer had to remind him, "I want a picture of you." The actor had trouble being himself in front of a camera. He was always acting. It is well-adjusted persons who can honestly be themselves, always and everywhere. Such persons do not need status symbols, neither do they have any desire to keep up with their neighbors. They have no need to prove themselves, for good wine needs no bush. Humble parents have no pretensions. They know that they are loved and respected by their children for what they are. They can afford to apologize for mistakes, since it is human to make them. Humble persons give in easily when the others proves that he or she is right. One cannot be an expert in all fields. As a Christian virtue, humility is rooted in God. Christians know that all they are and have constitute a gift of God. Hence, they are in constant need of God. Jesus is the sublime example of humility, and that is why he can speak about it as he does in today's gospel.
All right. Ginny has a question for you.
Oh, sure. Last update. Still not doing great, and Grayson is sick now as well, and the dog is just on its way out. So it's not good over at
No.
Emily's house right now.
I didn't realize there was
Uh,
things going on.
Yeah, there's a struggle bus situation happening.
She's sick, kid's sick, and the dog's aging out.
She's pretty sure that she has pneumonia. And then Grayson's getting sick now, and then the dog has been just in the last bits for like 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and she's like, I'm too much of a pansy to do what needs to be done, but I
Right.
know what needs to be done, but I'm also a little too sickly to do what needs to be done, but I'm also too big of a baby to do. So, and she's struggling. So if you could
Okay.
pray for Emily, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Stax, welcome.
Oh, welcome, Stacks.
How doing?
Yo to yourself. All right. I guess it's my turn to read.
Yes, it's
My
your turn
glasses
to
on.
read. And he's going to be reading Sirach 3:17 through 18, verse 20, and then 28 and 29.
All right. And a reading from the book of Sirach. My child, conduct your affairs with humility, and you will be loved more than a giver of gifts. Humble yourself the more, the greater you are, and you will find favor with God. What is too sublime for you, seek not. Into things beyond your strength, search not. The mind of a sage appreciates proverbs, and an attentive ear is the wise man's joy. Water quenches a flaming fire, and alms atone for sins. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. All right, yeah, that's short but to the point. Be humble,
That's what Sirach's known for.
and alms atone for sins.
That too. All right. So our responsorial psalm comes from Psalm 68, and it is, God, in your goodness, you have made a home for the poor.
God, in your goodness, you have made a home for the poor.
The just rejoice and exult before God. They are glad and rejoice. Sing to God, chant praise to his name, whose name is the Lord.
God, in your goodness, you have made a home for the poor.
The father of orphans and the defender of widows is God in his holy dwelling. God gives a home to the forsaken. He leads forth prisoners to prosperity.
God, in your goodness, you have made a home for the poor.
A bountiful rain you showered down, O God, upon your inheritance. You restored the land when it languished. Your flock settled in it. In your goodness, O God, you provided it for the needy.
God, in your goodness, you have made a home for the poor.
Yes.
All right. That's the psalm.
And then that takes us to Hebrews 12, 18, 19, 22 through 24.
A.
Hey. Hello, JC.
Oh, yeah. That's how I was distracted on that when I was supposed to do my response. I'm looking at the chat. Everybody just popped in all at once, and I was like, oh, hey, people are here.
Yeah.
People showed up.
And yes, Dr. JC did provide a remedy.
Yes. Hello there, JC.
And I am unsure how she ends up with pneumonia with someone who doesn't go out very often, but I do know that pneumonia just starts out as like a weird chest cold, and then it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
So
then shit gets weird.
Yeah, and then it just kind of does its own thing. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get through these readings and then we'll discuss pneumonia. A reading from the letter to the Hebrews. Brothers and sisters, you have not approached that which could be touched, and a blazing fire and hold on, page flip. Wrong. 2 pages. Sorry. And gloomy darkness and storm and a trumpet blast and a voice speaking words such that those who heard begged that no message be further addressed to them. No, you have approached Mount Zion and the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, and countless angels in festal gatherings, and the assembly of the firstborn enrolled in heaven, and God, the judge of all, and the spirit of the just made perfect, and Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and the sprinkled blood that speaks more eloquently than that of Abel. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. All right. And then, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Take my yoke upon you, says the Lord, and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
So this is the Gospel, Luke 14:1, and then 7 through 14. On a Sabbath, Jesus went to dine at the home of one of the leading Pharisees, and the people there were observing him carefully. He told a parable to those who had been invited, noticing how they were choosing the places of honor at the table. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, do not recline at a table in the place of honor. A more distinguished guest than you may have been invited by him, and the host who invited both of you may approach you and say, "Give your place to this man," and then you would proceed with the embarrassment to take the lowest place. Rather, when you are invited, go and take the lowest place, so that when the host comes to you, he may say, "My friend, move up to a higher position." Then you will enjoy the esteem of your companions at the table. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Then he said to the host who invited him, "When you hold a lunch or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your wealthy neighbors, in case they may invite you back and have you repayment. Rather, when you hold a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind. Blessed indeed will you be because of their inability to repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." The gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you,
Praise
Lord
to you,
Jesus
Lord
Christ.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
All right. So, yeah, humble yourself.
Yeah, you're not special. Unless
Uh,
somebody says, "Hey,
humble
today
yourself,
is-"
least you be humbled.
Yeah. Why ain't that the truth?
Yeah, right. So yeah, those were the readings today, and it kind of ties together. Where the Lord's telling you to humble yourself, and in the first reading is like, don't reach for things that are unattainable.
Right.
Yeah, it all as usual. The readings all kind of tie together as they should.
Mm-hmm.
So
Paints a nice picture.
yes, but the gospel definitely really draws it out for you. Like, look, don't go and assume that you're the most important person in the room.
Right, yeah,
And go
'cause
sit there and
sometimes you're not.
recline and like, I'm the best. I'm the most important person here. When somebody's gonna walk up to you and be like, "Hey, bud,
That's not your seat.
you're down there. You're the least important person here."
You're over there.
Yeah, go sit at the least. Go sit at the back and wait for somebody to come to you and be like, "Hey, man, what are you doing back here?"
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you know what? Some point somebody may not come and ask why you're back there because that's where you belong.
Yeah, that's where
And
you're
so
supposed
just
to be
go
anyways.
there and figure it out from there.
Yeah. At least you're there, right?
Yeah.
At least you're there.
Oh, Curtis has joined the chat. Hello, Curtis.
Hello, Curtis. Good evening. All right. So we have
Oh, you're gonna read the epistle and I'll read the gospel.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can split it that way.
That's how we always do these ones.
So the 12th Sunday after Pentecost. This one also offers you like a little theme, but it's called a thought for today. And that is, "Blessed are the eyes that see the things which you see. Assisting at Mass, we see the representation and continuation of the sacrifice on Calvary. We see with the eyes of faith Christ present in the consecrated hosts. Personally and actively to participate in the Mass makes us love God and increases in us a spirit of kindness in dealing with others. And boy, does it.
All right.
All right. So, 2 Corinthians 3 4 through 9. Brethren, such is the assurance I have through Christ towards God. Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think anything as from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God. He also it is who made us fit ministers of the new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. Now, if the ministration of death, which was engraved in letters upon stone, was inaugurated in such glory that the children of Israel could not look steadfastly upon the face of Moses on account of the transient glory that shone upon it, shall not the ministration of the Spirit be still more glorious? For if there is glory in the ministration that condemned, much more does the ministration that justifies abound in glory. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Yes.
That's not what you're supposed to say at the Latin Mass.
Well, it says thanks be to God.
Oh, no, it does. You're right. It's after the gospel you say.
Yeah, so there's that.
Praise be to thee, O Christ.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
gospel, yes.
Ooh, that's a long gospel. Why did I
It
pick
is.
the gospel?
Well, I don't know.
All right, back on with the glasses.
Mm-hmm. And that one will be,
Luke 10, 23 through 37. 23 through 37.
yeah,
That's a long one.
that is a long one. Okay. Well, and we go.
All right. At that time, Jesus said to his disciples, Blessed are the eyes that see what you see. For I say to you, many prophets and kings have desired to see what you see, and they have not seen it, and to hear what you hear, and have not heard it. And behold, a certain lawyer got up to test him, saying, Master, what must I do to gain eternal life? But when he had what he said to him, What is written in the law? How dost thou read? He answered and said, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with thy whole heart, and with thy whole soul, and with thy whole strength, and with thy whole mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. And he said to him, Thou hast answered rightly. Do this, and thou shalt live. But he wished to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Jesus answered and said, A certain man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell with robbers, who, after both stripping him and beating him, went their way, leaving him half dead. But as it happened, a certain priest was going down the same way. When he saw him, he passed by, and likewise a Levite also, who, when he was near the place and saw him, passed by. A certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came upon him, and seeing him, was moved with compassion. And he went up to him and bound up his wounds, pouring on oil and wine, and setting him on his own beast, he brought him to an inn and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave to the innkeeper and said, Take care of him, and whatever more thou spends, I, on my way back, will repay thee. Which of these 3, in thy opinion, proved himself neighbor to him who fell amongst robbers? And he said, He who took pity on him. And Jesus said to him, Go and do thou also in like manner. The word of the Lord. Or no, I'm sorry, the gospel.
Of the Lord.
Doesn't say it in
No,
here.
says the
It just doesn't say it, no.
Okay.
So praise to thee, O Christ.
Praise to thee, O Christ.
Yeah.
And if that reading sounded slightly familiar, it's because we had it on the 15th Sunday in Ordinary.
I was going to say, I know we just did it recently.
Yeah. I realized that halfway through. Full disclosure. So at Latin Mass today, after it's done in Latin, right? Then before the homily, the priest will read it to us in English. I have a missal. I can read along in English as he's doing it in Latin, it is a nice touch to provide it to us in English. But as we were doing it as he's doing it in Latin and I am reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the parable about the thief on
It's the parable of the
the
Good Samaritan.
thief and the Good Samaritan. And I'm like, yada yada. And I turned the page and I was like, wait. No. We read this as it's and then, because we had just done it not that long ago.
Yeah.
But I had my own little moment where I was like, oh, we can't just like skip ahead.
Right.
It's not like I'm reading the Bible on my own time and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I know this part. Let me just
Right. Yeah. I've already heard this one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here.
So yeah, so those were all the readings, whether you go to the Novus Ordo or the Tridentine.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the readings. Old calendar, new calendar.
Yes.
So with that being said, the only thing that anybody messaged us about this week would be the shooting in Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Annunciation.
The
school.
trans shooter that shot up another Catholic church and school.
Yes.
And
Minneapolis had 2 this week involving Catholic churches, by the way.
yeah. So I don't have much to say about this other than at this point I can't the whole, especially the trans thing, most of the progressive wing, but especially the trans thing, I see as nothing more than demon possession at this point.
Yeah.
I can't see it any other way.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because it ends up leading one to bodily mutilation to the point of no longer wanting to exist, and then self-deletion.
But also killing as many innocents with you.
But that's the thing is like even if we want to go with just regular old demon, like that's enough to justify demonic influence.
Right.
Taking one of God's children from him by making them self-mutilate, but then also ultimately by them self-deleting, by them not being here anymore to fulfill their duty.
Right.
So but then you add in the fact that it's also not just the good old fashioned self-destruct. Right. Now I'm a suicide bomber. Basically.
And it's not even just innocents. It's specifically Catholics.
Right.
It's not evangelicals. It's not Lutherans. It's not. Right. It's Catholics.
It's not the synagogue. It's not the mosque.
No, it's Catholics.
Yeah.
So I see the whole trans thing right now as nothing more than demonic possession, and good luck convincing me otherwise.
Kind of at this point, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's just an evil. The whole movement of the progressivism, socialism, communism. It's all demonic and evil.
Mm-hmm.
We've all known this for a long time. Everybody knows that the whole point of socialism, communism is the erasure of God.
Right. Well, the usurpation.
Yeah, basically, the government is your God, and there is no God.
Very Luciferian. In its baseline.
You can't have communism without atheism, and to an extent, you can't have atheism without communism. Really.
Right.
So to force a society to live like there's no God would be to erase anybody who believes in a God. Yeah. It's kind of what the communists did. That's why the Bolsheviks, and the Chinese, that's why hundreds of millions of people had to die.
Yes.
In the 20th century.
Yes.
Because you can't
convince a religious people to follow what their government wants, because what their government wants goes against what God tells them.
Right.
So you have to eliminate the people who would A, listen to God, or B, are actively listening and following.
Or just are not going to listen to you because of their religious beliefs.
Right.
We saw a small chunk of it during COVID with the whole shots, and people, it's like, we don't get your religious beliefs mean nothing.
Right. Yeah, there's no exemptions. There's no religious exemptions. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
anymore.
We don't care what your God says.
Right.
You'll do what we say.
You have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a slow test run, and then they learned, and they will come back again and alter some things, and it will eventually get to the point where it's get up against the wall.
Yeah.
If we don't stop, which I don't know if there's a way to stop it, this may just be, I don't want to use the word end times, but apocalyptic.
Mm-hmm.
It's
gonna have to get really bad. It's gonna have to self.
If this is the, if we are in the times leading to the tribulation, then expect to be lined up against the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect it to get better.
Right.
If it does, great. Then we're not in those times, and the Lord's help us and whatever. But like, don't be shocked if we get to get up against the wall time sooner rather than later.
Yep.
And the fact that now I'm wholeheartedly convinced that this is demonic, not that I wasn't before,
Yeah.
but now it's like, demonic possession kind of,
Well, in this particular
yeah,
person,
Stacks is right.
yeah,
If you see the video, it is definitely demonic possession. Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing is like we watched a clip of it, like a bit of it, kind of scrubbed through it on Friday, on Morning Crew, and like it was three distinct different voices, like different characters, different, like it was three different voices
It
coming
was
out of
Legion.
the one individual. Well, it's something that you see in like schizophrenic people.
Right. Well, also, but these,
Schizophrenia is also just demonic oppression. So it's one of those things where you're like, all of the signs are pointing at this. And then also in the video, right, you have that representation, but then also in his little journal he kept, there was a sketch that he did, and it's him staring into the mirror, and in the mirror is like a demon.
yeah.
Is like a demon, and he took the time to like draw this out, and they're having a conversation, and it's like, I don't want to do that. He's trying to
Yeah, no, he's
converse with
definitely
it.
demon possessed. And like I said, we all know the story in the Bible of Legion,
Right, yeah.
and like these demons don't die.
Right, no,
They don't
just
go away.
they just
Like
float
these same
around.
demons are still wandering the earth.
Right, that's why we asked St. Michael to round up any of the evil spirits prowling about the world seeking
The ruin of souls to be cast into the, yeah.
There's a reason the verbiage is what it is.
Yeah, but like, yeah, these demons, they didn't disappear from the time of Mary Magdalene and in the time of Jesus walking.
Yeah.
Like the same demons that he cast out of her are still
And they've
possessing somebody else right now.
And they've been around this whole time just
Yeah.
taking notes. Just taking notes.
Yeah, like they already know the easiest ways to manipulate us. Come
No,
on.
I know. But it also doesn't help that you have an entire structure breaking us down to the point where you end up with a young man who was chronically online, socially isolated, right? Like all of
Right.
those structures and systems in place to enable this like infestation to happen.
Right. And also, I mean, if we are reaching, that time, then like it says in the Bible, God's going to lift the restriction. Like all the stuff that's been holding them back and keeping them in check is gone.
All the grandmas praying the rosaries.
Yeah, whatever, them
No, I'm
being held back is definitely
Yeah.
if that has been lifted, then yeah, you would expect to see kind of what we're seeing today, getting much worse and much worse at a faster pace than anybody could have expected.
Yeah.
Like, how far we've come in all this nonsense in less than 10 years.
I was just about to say it's really in just less than 10 years.
Yeah.
Because it was when we were like realizing like she's going to be going to kindergarten. We're going to have to deal with other parents. Let's look around at the parents we'd have to deal with here in Washington.
Right.
No, thank you. I don't want to fucking deal with any of you people.
Yeah, but no,
Get me
even
outta
Washington now, the way it is compared to how it was when we left there in 2018,
It's insane.
it's
Completely different.
like how much it changed from 15 to 18 to the point where we're at 18. I was like, all right, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we're out of here. We're done.
But to see it now compared to 2018 is like, in that 7-year stretch.
Yeah.
Like, no, the whole world, and it's not just like, oh, it's Seattle or it's New York or it's not even like, oh, it's the U.S. Look at what's going on in Europe.
Right.
They have the same problems.
Yeah, they do.
In fact, they have some slightly worse because they've been importing a whole lot of Muslims on top of the other nonsense.
Right. So you have the one side, doing the mental war.
Well, they're demon
breaking-
worshippers too at the end of the day. So
Right, but you have the one side, like the school system, the TVs, the brands, and all that other stuff, right? Doing the meddling, the brain side,
Right.
the mental side of the war. But then they also have the hordes of immigrants doing like the physical kinetic.
actually going out there and
side of-
traumatizing these people by raping their girls and like and
Right. So you
stabbing
have
people in
this-
broad daylight in the middle of the street for no reason,
Yeah.
just out of nowhere. Never know when it's coming. Like, yeah, no, it's
Right. So it's just this highly volatile, active guerrilla warfare zone that nobody really wants to acknowledge. But also, as an American, we need to see it, acknowledge it, and be like, not here. No.
Yeah, but like,
We'll deal with your brain stuff. We can turn the TV off. We can take our kids out of your schools. We cannot deal with you. But what we're not going to do is have like active guerrilla warfare. It's not going to happen.
yeah, we do have a lot of Muslims here, and it's like, that what holds the rest of civilized society together. Meaning, if you're in in a concentrated area where everybody is armed, you're less likely to just start stabbing random people because somebody's going to kill you.
Yeah, your chances.
But when you're dealing with the Muhammadans, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to be martyred anyway, so they're more likely to go out and do all this nonsense in a place where they're going to get shot right away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because a couple of that they take out in the process is worth them.
Yeah, they want to be martyred.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So doing it in Britain where you can stab somebody and the judges and the cops are just going to write you a ticket or arrest you and release you in an hour is not what they want.
Right.
They want to go out there and do the killing, but also be martyred.
Be
so
dead in the process.
I wouldn't be shocked to see that kind of stuff show up here in America sooner rather than later. When the Muslim population here, but again, the Muslim population here is near the size of it is in Europe.
Well,
and Europe is much smaller countries, and it's completely different.
Densely.
It's a lot easier for them to invade over there, and they'll probably conquer there before they start their shit here.
They're doing what are they called? Sharia patrols.
Yeah.
In Houston now.
No, I know.
So like it's.
Yeah, in certain areas it's like Dearborn, Michigan,
right.
Lots of places in Minneapolis.
Yeah. Tons of them.
Yeah, we have our concentrations, but only in small pockets in this huge country. Where over in Europe, they've got small countries just completely overrun.
Overrun with them, yeah.
They got countries smaller than the state of New York.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, they do.
But yeah, it is what it is, guys, and it's just I think it's whatever's been holding the demons back. Whatever Lord's been doing is kind of just like is giving them free reign. Is what it seems like. So
maybe
I don't know. All I know is that this whole trans thing is clearly demonic possession at this point, and you'll never convince me otherwise.
I'm not going to try to.
Yeah, and the fact that the Democratic Party is coming out and saying, don't pray for these people, and there's a lot that came out with this one particular one that is. It's drawing lines. Is
right.
What it's doing. It's drawing lines and it's setting the stage for something. It is definitely setting the stage for something, and we will see what it is. But the reaction we got after this one was so horrendous, and so feel bad for the poor shooter and not the kids. And it's because they're Catholic. Who cares? And don't pray, Christians.
Yeah.
That's what got you into this in the first place.
Right. Well, and it just kind of.
If it wasn't for your hatred, this wouldn't happen. So this is your fault. That's the response you're getting.
Yeah, you're getting victim blamed. But then it also does this weird tie back into the shooter's mentality, because what was one of the things written on the magazines? Where's your God?
Right.
Or whatever, and all the just like really Gnostic phrase. But then to turn around and tell us not to pray for them. We don't want your thoughts and prayers. We want to take your guns away. Like you're just validating the shooter's reasoning. So you're actively telling me that you're not on my side.
Right.
You're not on other people's side. You're on his side. You want what he wants.
Right.
Which is all of us dead.
Right.
Because your little feelings got hurt, or because you're just in a mood today or whatever.
Right.
The other thing that I am seeing that's coming out of this, which I'm actually happy and thankful for, is the conversation on SSRIs is starting up again.
Yeah. Yeah, that always happens. When these shootings happen, the left side.
Great point, Jenny.
Yeah, you're right, Jenny. Same with the flood.
Exact response with the children that died in a flash flood.
Every time you see one of these shootings, this is exactly what happens. The left goes on the gun control thing, and the right jumps on the SSRI thing. And at the end of the day, we stop talking about both of them. Yeah. At the end of the day, but we stop talking about both.
It's a wash. Yeah, they're not going to give up their mental control of the population, and we're not going to give up our guns.
Right.
So if we're kind of at a stalemate,
right?
A Mexican standoff, if you will. Actually, that involves a third party.
Right.
But anyways, it's like we're not going to budge on these profit margins and the fallout benefits of this. We like all of the things that come along with writing these prescriptions to people.
Right, along with the social chaos.
Right, yeah. Oh, that's just an added bonus, you know.
No, that's probably the whole reason why they invented these drugs and started writing the prescriptions, was to create this mess that we have now.
I choose to believe that those things were just found by the luck of the draw. Dudes just having ideas,
No.
chasing little thoughts,
These,
and then somebody else with like a bad guy brain walked in and said,
nope.
"What are you working on?"
These drugs were engineered to
I'm
cause
sure
exactly
they
what they're
were.
causing now.
I'm sure they were. I don't know. I never took any of them, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's the other thing that I'm seeing coming out of this. And you make a good point, because that is kind of how it always goes. We talk about the guns, we talk about the pills, we talk about the pills, we talk about the guns.
Right.
We don't talk
Well,
about
one side's talking points is guns, the other side's talking points is SSRIs and mental health.
But it all starts,
and nothing ever gets done about any of it, because it's all engineered to go all exactly as it's going.
It all starts with not baptizing babies and giving pharma meth to 5, 6, and 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts to go wrong.
Yeah. Jenny had a dinner with somebody last night who was on SRS. She was like being a zombie. Yeah.
That's not an uncommon thing. We haven't, Morning Crew, we haven't checked on Lydia in a while, but I've been following Lydia, who is a UK, she lives in London, vlogger of like the original YouTube days. And she's been inpatient since she was like 17 years old, which is about the same time she started her YouTube channel. She's now 27. So 10 years in the NIH system.
Yeah.
And you can see we just went from young girl who was brought up in foster system, UK foster system, just trying to figure out how to age out of the program. A little damaged, a little scratched and dented. Who wouldn't be? To concoction after concoction after concoction. 10 years later, it's like watching a zombie, and it breaks my heart. But I also can't unsubscribe and not check on her.
Right.
Because like there's nobody looking out for her, you know? She doesn't have parents. She's just basically a ward of the state that they just treat as a medical guinea pig. And she's not like an isolated case. She's just a representation of a cohort.
Yeah, no, hormone imbalance is definitely not the reason for depression, JC. You'll never convince me otherwise. The reason for depression is because people are not designed to sit down and stare at a screen for 20 hours a day or whatever.
Right.
You're not the fact that we are not mobile, the fact that we are not out busy doing something, the fact that we are not...
You're not accomplishing things every day. You're not starting a task and finishing a task.
No, you need to be out in areas. You need to be aware of things. Yeah. Your body needs to go through certain things of, it's nature.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be in situations where you're like, what's going on? Oh, okay, everything's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
if you're not doing what's natural, then yes, your body's going to go into what we call depression, which is just lethargic, which is just because your whole life is nothing but sitting here looking at a screen.
Yeah, there's nothing
with the occasional going out to a bar to drink.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Of course, you're depressed.
Yeah, there's nothing really to like engage all of your systems.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is symptomatic, but I guarantee most people's depression would be cured by just exercise and activity and just
wandering around.
Yeah,
for 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do it all 3 hours at one time. Just give me 20 minutes a day and an hour on the weekend.
Yeah. And I don't get people who say, oh yeah, you just need to go to a gym, because the gym doesn't count. The gym is still just inside 4-block walls under fake lighting. Yes, you need to get outdoors and do physical activity.
Yeah, go move some rocks around.
Something.
Go find a rocky riverbank and just move rocks around.
Go for a hike. Go for a bike ride. Walk around your neighborhood. Walk around your town. Spend 2 hours walking around your town.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
But outdoors, fresh air, sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the cure for depression.
Yes, and that is the essential thing when it comes down to it. Is we live in an anti-human world where everything is interacting with some type of device or machine and not actual humans. And just soaking in artificial light all day.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not designed to live the way we live.
Nope. We are not house pets.
No.
We are at best barn cats.
And then we take these stupid drugs and they open us up to demonic possession and...
Yeah. Yeah. And then we end up having situations.
Yeah. So, anyway, I think I'll leave it with that. We're at 50 minutes. I wanted to call this one short because I want to go have a fire and smoke with pipes.
Short enough.
Yeah, 50 minutes. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out and watching. We really appreciate it.
I will see you guys in the morning for Morning Crew.
Yes.
We are watching Landman.
Landman?
Jenny has requested we do a viewing of Landman.
Okay.
So if that's your jam, Not found it for us. So we've got that. That's exciting. And I'll see you guys at 6:30 in the morning.
Yep. And then we'll be back on Tuesday on Paracca Pack with more of the Vuelta.
For the Vuelta a España.
And then, we'll both be back here on Sunday for another episode of Restore Christendom.
Yes.
So everybody have a wonderful night, and we will see you later.
God bless you.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera